All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of year. It is that time of year where every sports writer who's not on vacation is writing an article and doing something about the top 50 players in the NFL or the top 100 players in the NFL or the most likely players to break out this year or the top 20 rookies based on landing spots and fits. It is list season. And I got to be honest, like there's a part of me that actually loves this time of year. We get to take time. We get to dig deeper into the roster. We get to be filled and injected with hope. And we get to talk about just what our team could be based on our talent. And one thing that is clear as these lists start to come out, and Pete Prisco of CBS Sports came out with his top 100 players, or the CBS top 100 players of 2024. I have some issues with it, but one thing I don't have issues on it is there are 3 Chargers and 2 honorable mentions just outside of the top 100. So there is a realization that there's 3 players that are playing at a top 100 player level, and then there are 2 more players that, quite frankly, have the ability to do it. I didn't give a thumbs up, but thank you. Thumbs up. All right. So there are all these players that have the ability to do it. If you are new to this channel, we're about to talk about which players they are, where they rank, why I got a problem with a couple of them, but also we're just going to talk about why you can have hope when you look at this roster. I understand there's not a ton of depth, and we're going to talk about the impact coaching has on the other parts of the roster, whether it's stars, role players, or honestly, bench players. And we'll talk about what good coaching can do to all of that in this video. But if you're new to this channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and know that this is what we do. We followed this man right here, Jim Harbaugh, over to LA to watch the Chargers. We grew up. We're from Michigan. We're big Michigan fans. You see the Lions jersey. Of course, we love the Lions. We have another channel, Sports Talk Detroit, and another channel, Sports Talk Extra. But we loved this idea of filming and talking about the Chargers, and this Chargers community has been so awesome. Whether you're at LA, San Diego, or anywhere around the country, thank you so much for watching. So let's look at which players made it for the Chargers first, and then I'm going to give you some thoughts on the list, and then we'll get into the honorable mentions. So before we do that, who do you think are the players that deserve to be on this list? Did he get it right? Did he miss someone? Is there someone that shouldn't be on this list? Let's be honest in the comments. Hit it up. All right, first one is number 41, Justin Herbert. He said he was limited to 13 games because of injury, which saw his numbers at the lowest of his 4-year career. Duh. He still remains one of the best passers in the game, but he has to start winning playoff games to truly up his reputation. You know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like a national media opinion. All right, that's what he did. All right. And then local media said, to be honest, I did not expect Herbert to be this high after the year he had. I disagree. All right. Yes, he needs to start winning playoff games, but oftentimes that's not on just the quarterback. You have to have the right GM, you have to have the right coach, and you have to have a roster in place that can help. All right. That can help. There's been a lot of very good quarterbacks that struggle winning playoff games because the team or the coaching simply isn't where it should be. All right? So I think he should be better. But when I look at this list, I am very I think it's interesting. So when I look at top 100 players, what I would be thinking to myself is, all right, if I were to start a 1-year franchise mode in Madden in the NFL, which player would I take, number 1, number 2, number 3, in order to ensure that my team had the best chance to win a Super Bowl right now this year? The top 100 players this year. All right, so this top 5 or 10 should be quarterbacks. That's in my opinion. Patrick Mahomes is one, and then you have Myles Garrett, you have Trent Williams, Tyreek Hill, TJ Watt, and then you have your second quarterback, Josh Allen. If it were me, if I had the second pick, it would have been Josh Allen, right? That's just, I hope you get what I'm saying. Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, Micah Parsons, like there's nobody to sneeze at. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to rank him among other quarterbacks, all right? So you have Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. You can't be upset at those guys going ahead, even though I will be honest, I think Joe Burrow gets a little bit of a pass at times. He inherited, I understand, a bad offensive line, but just an extreme amount of talent in Cincinnati. And the offense has been, quite frankly, mediocre if you look at the numbers and what they produce. Lamar Jackson is up here ahead of him. Aaron Rodgers, there's my first issue. What is Aaron Rodgers? Like, he tore his Achilles last year, so you have to imagine it's going to take a second to get back from that. The year before that, his final in Green Bay was his worst in 5 years. I mean, like, it was not great. So why is he ahead of Herbert? All right, that's just my thoughts. And then you keep going for a while, and yeah, no other quarterbacks sitting here except C.J. Stroud, which, to an extent, I get. I don't know if I'd take C.J. Stroud this year over Herbert, but I understand him being young. And then you have Herbert coming in here at 41. All right, so he's not the only one we're going to talk about. Let's talk about Rashawn Slater. He comes in at 69. He is outstanding in pass protection, which is key for Herbert. He does need to improve some in the run game, but that will come with Jim Harbaugh as coach. That will come with Harbaugh as coach. That will come with the new offensive system. I completely agree with that. You can make an argument. If Joe Alt becomes what Joe Alt should become, this is the best pass-protecting left and right tackle duel in the NFL for the next decade. And that will only help, all right, Herbert. So that is perfect. So here's what I love about this list. The first two players that make it are arguably the two most important positions on a football field. Quarterback, left tackle. All right? Quarterback, left tackle. And then your third one is arguably the most important position at the defensive side, which is a pass rushing edge. So you have Khalil Mack come in at 79, which, by the way, at age 33, all right, are you kidding me that he's still a top 100 player? That's unbelievable, and it just shows you how good Khalil Mack really, really is. I think oftentimes in the national circles, Khalil Mack doesn't get quite the love that he should. You have guys that are aging that always get all this talk, and Khalil Mack just quietly goes out and does better than any of them have. I remember when he was aging, Jabril Peppers, it's like, where's he going to go? He's so good. And he really slowed down at the end of his career. I truly believe he did, but Khalil Mack just continues to play well, continues to produce. So who are the honorable mentions? Who have you got? Who are you thinking of in your brain right now as an honorable mention? And the answer was, because he listed like 30, were Joey Bosa and Derwin James. Joey Bosa coming off his 18th injury-riddled season. All right, sorry. That's not needed, people. All right, I apologize for that. And then Derwin James. All right, just despite all the time missed of late, the league still respects Bosa and what he can do when healthy. All right, he's a technician among technicians, and the injury bug is the only thing stopping him from having a Hall of Fame career. I do agree to an extent with that. I think if he stays healthy, his career is similar in trajectory to Nick Bosa, who's a top 10 on this list. All right, if you're a football fan, you're a fan of James. He's a very fun combination of skill, ability, and personality that almost forces you to be a fan and excited to see how Minter utilizes him. Completely agree with that. So you have 3 players in the top 100. Just do math. 32 teams, there should be 3 players from each team in the top 100. That's not how it ends up, but you have average talent in the top 100. You get 2 more honorable mention. That's really good. And I think when you have coaching for all the in-between, good coaches put your stars in position to be stars, and they put the role players in position to outplay their ability. Can Minter do that on the defensive side? Can we see this run game go crazy on the offensive side? Can we see this offensive line become elite? Because if it does, you're going to see 4 or 5 or 6 players on this top 100 list at this time next year. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. For more Chargers content, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, let us know how you think we're doing, and leave a comment below. What do you think about the list? See you.